In this video, we're going to be discussing a very important subject, spam. Why is this so important? If you spam, at best you will lose some of your prospects and customers. At worst, you will lose your email marketing privileges altogether. You don't want that to happen, and neither do we. Nobody wants to be a spammer, but what is spam? Actually, there are several definitions of spam. The federal government calls unsolicited marketing emails spam. Infusionsoft says that spam is emails that have been sent without the specific request to receive it from the sender. But on the streets, your email is considered spam if the recipient says it is. Infusionsoft's clients send over 1 billion emails every year. With all of those emails, we have learned a thing or two about why emails get marked as spam. We have found that there are 3 reasons why people send an email into the junk box. The reasons are consent, date of last contact, and expectations. Let's look at reason 1, and the most common, consent. Consent means that the person specifically opts into whatever you are emailing them. Ask yourself, how did they get on the list, and what did they consent to? I'll give you an example. You meet a woman at a club. You break out your junior high dance moves, and she doesn't run away. You have a buddy who has her number, so you ask him for it. What can it hurt, right? So you start calling and calling and calling. She never gave you her phone number, and she actually wasn't interested. She never gave you consent to call. In this scenario, what you are doing starts with an S, just like spamming. It's called stalking. So, sending someone emails outside of what they consented to receive is spamming. Next, let's look at reason 2, date of last contact. If you haven't stayed in regular contact and it has been longer than 3 months since you last emailed a person, there is a strong chance they've forgotten all about you. Ask yourself, how long ago did they say, yes, I want your info? I'll give you an example. Things haven't been going well at the club. The Running Man and the sprinkler dance moves don't quite have the same effect as they did 25 years ago. So, you whip out the old address book and make a call.
Hey, is Stacy there? Hey, Stacy, it's Ricky from the club. What are you doing tonight?
Don't be this guy. Receiving an email from you out of the blue will prompt a person to mark you as spam. The final reason is expectations. Expectations is an understanding by the person receiving your emails on how frequently they're going to arrive and what is contained in those emails. Are they expecting to get the content of your email? We love examples here at Infusionsoft, so here's another one. Back at the club, let's say she didn't run away. You two start talking and realize that you both avidly collect Beanie Babies. She gives you her address so you can send her your book, How to Maximize Your Beanie Baby Revenue. Instead of just sending her your book, you do this. Just because she wanted your book doesn't mean she wanted everything else you are sending her. Now she's upset with herself that she gave you her address at all. If you do this with your emailing, then you will be marked as spam. Now that we know the 3 reasons people mark emails as spam, what are some best practices we can follow to not fall into the spamming trap? There are 3 simple methods to avoid being a spammer. Always use email confirmation, use a checkbox on web forms, and send emails that are pertinent to the interest to the recipient. Let's look at method 1, email confirmation. After a person opts into your marketing, send them a double opt-in email to confirm their email address and that they want to receive emails from you. If they won't click a link to confirm they want your emails, they likely don't want your marketing very badly. A second method would be use a checkbox on your web forms. Using a checkbox on your web form allows someone to intentionally check off that they want to receive additional emails from you. Just because someone gives you an email address, it does not mean they opted in, expect, or want your email marketing. Let them confirm they want to hear about your specials or receive your newsletter. Don't just assume that they do. A third method to avoid being a spammer is to send your recipient information that is pertinent to them. Use automation links to allow them to tell you the things they are interested in. Segmenting your leads and delivering them information that is relevant to them is an excellent way to keep your prospects and customers interested in your emails and keep them from hitting the spam button. Following these best practices will keep your emails welcome in your list's inbox.